of our kids. These sponsors are Butler Funeral Home, celebrating life for your family. Butler Funeral Home. Midmo Bank, a better way to bank. Midmo Bank. Precision Small Engine, Bolivar's go-to small engine shop. Precision Small Engine. Oakstar Bank. Come see the difference a hometown bank can make. Bill Grant Ford. It's better in Bolivar. Bill Grant Ford. Hobby Time Motorsports. Come see what you've been missing. Firearms, fishing, ATVs, UTVs, motorcycles, and all things outdoors. Hobby Time Motorsports. Animal Care Clinic. Caring for your pets like their family. Animal Care Clinic. Southwest Sewer and Septic. They make the dirty work easy. Southwest Sewer and Septic. CNC Farm and Home. Home of the Answer Man. CNC Farm and Home. Warwick Electric. Plug into your #1 electrical source. Warwick Electric. Citizens Memorial Hospital. They have the services your family needs to be healthy. Citizens Memorial Hospital. Hometown Furniture and Mattress. Still making sleep great. Hometown Furniture and Mattress. Quarles Supply Company. Bolivar's Kubota dealer. Quarles Supply Company. Hubbard Realty. Because buying and selling is not something you do every day. Hubbard Realty. Bank of Missouri. Live well, bank well. Bank of Missouri. Lime Bank. Banking refreshed. Lime Bank. Ankrum Law. Protecting what matters most. Ankrum Law. Winfield Tax Service. Your destination for stress-free taxes. Winfield Tax Service. Thanks for listening to this Bolivar Liberators sports broadcast made possible by these proud sponsors. Tell them how much you appreciate their sponsorship of Liberator Athletics and the support of our kids.
Welcome, Liberator fans. We're coming to you live here at Great Southern Bank Arena on the campus of Missouri State University. Semifinal action round of the 79th Annual Blue and Gold. Your Liberators, Bolivar Liberators, taking on the host school, the Greenwood Blue Jays, here in the gold semifinal game. Bolivar coming off of a thrilling win yesterday, defeating the top-seeded Nixa Eagles. And Greenwood coming off a win over the 5-seeded Stratford Indians. I've got with me today, co-hosting this game, Matt Hindenburg and Mr. Dwayne Banner. Guys, it's glad to have you on with me today.
Well, it's good to be here, Matt. Congratulations. He said this was his 30th
blue and gold.
Gold.
So between the three of us, we got 32 years.
31, 32, yeah, that's right. So.
All right, well, as I'm sure most of Bolivar knows, guys, yesterday was a very exciting game, an exciting finish here for our young Liberators. I don't think anyone probably in the state of Missouri had us coming out with a big W like that against the Nixa Eagles. But, man, you couldn't ask for a better finish. And, it's kind of like I've told people since yesterday. I watch a lot of March Madness on TV, and that's kind of what it just felt like, guys. We're just kind of the Cinderella team right now in this tournament. Coming in unseeded, knocking off a 35-point win against the Camdenton Lakers on the opening day, and then coming right back 24 hours later and knocking off the 1-seed Nixa Eagles. So right now we're just a Cinderella team, and I think the boys are quite enjoying that.
Well, and Dwayne had mentioned it. We were talking before we got on the air. This will be the Liberators' hardest game, guys, because they're coming off the big win over Nixa. Spent a lot of energy there, just the whole emotional deal. But you kind of feel like the Liberators might be a team of destiny in this tournament, kind of rallying behind Coach Hoyt and what's happened with his family, and just playing really good right now. And they got the big win. That was the one they had to have. Now they got to just keep it going, Dwayne.
Yeah, you mentioned Nixa, and I want to say what a classy organization they have, what a classy school. Coach Blanchett, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but them wearing the Najee Hannah shooting shirts the first round of the tournament. And then yesterday, I'm sitting here almost getting emotional thinking about that with all that Coach Hoig has been through. And then for Nixa to honor Coach Hoig like that yesterday was just, they need to be commended for that. And we really appreciate Nixa and their compassion they've shown for Coach Hoig. But back to the basketball part of it, we have a group of guys that's playing as a team. And when you do that and you beat somebody like Nixa, it's a lot easier to come back and keep that going because you're not relying on one person. You're not relying on two people. Yesterday, obviously Brody hits the big shot, but Colton has really been contributing. Wyatt Campbell, the day before, seems like it's a different guy almost every night that we're seeing that is leading us in scoring. And so, it's a lot harder to beat a team like that gets on a roll than it is to somebody that just has one or two guys.
Well, and I even think that's going to play tonight because we were looking at the box scores, 5 scores for this Greenwood team yesterday. 9 players in the scoring box for the Liberators. So there is more people to score, more opportunities. And, we just watched this team grow up. We started out at Willard, and, man, they just didn't look very good, but a lot of strange circumstances there. You had a bunch of kids that hadn't played together. You had a whole deal with Coach Hoyt and his family. And but really, since that third game at Willard, they've turned it around. They keep going. Robbie's back in the gym with them. That makes a big difference. And, you just can't say enough. They are playing as a team. We went to Lebanon. We watched Adams had a great game there. He's capable too. Wyatt stepped up his game. Both the Ingle boys have stepped up theirs. Gardner Casey is Gardner Casey. And then you got some guys off the bench. Connor Neal, who comes in, gives good minutes. Well,
then you got Matt Giglio that hits the game winner against Fairgrove. Yep. So just a really nice team that we have, and a team that's playing together, a team that's playing really well right now. Shania, we got 7 wins in a row now.
Yeah, this is hopefully number 8, coming about in an hour and a half. But, just bouncing off what you guys are saying, that's something that Coach Bryan said on his post-game interview yesterday is, we don't really have that one dude that everyone has got their eyes on. We've got 6 or 7 guys that can score the basketball and that can go off and score 20 points any night. And that makes it, for opposing coaches, hard to scout, hard to prepare for when you've got, 4, 5, 6 different guys in double figures, every night. Mm-hmm. It makes it tough to prepare and scout for, like I said. So, yeah, it's like I said, it's going to be the hardest game of the entire tournament. It's hard to get to a blue and gold championship game. It's a tough 4 days. A lot goes on. By day 3, you're kind of feeling your legs. On a college floor, it's a lot bigger atmosphere. So, it's really going to come down to, who has the most energy at the end of the game.
And one break we did have in the opener against Camdenton, we didn't play very many kids in the fourth quarter, so we saved some legs. As we mentioned, they only had 5 scorers in the game the other night, so they're playing about 7 kids, and 2 of them are playing very sparingly. So,
well, tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about the team that we're playing. Greenwood is the 4 seed.
Yeah, Greenwood's the 4 seed. They come in with a record of 6-2. They knocked off Stratford yesterday in the quarterfinal action round. Around a 30-point win for them. So they played extremely well. I wasn't here for the game. I had to rush over to the pink and white. But from what I read online and stuff, they played extremely well, shot it very well. So just kind of talking to Coach Bryan a little bit before the game, during pregame, is we're just going to have to guard well, and we're going to have to shut down their shooters. They do have a D1 commit, be number 2, senior guard, number 2,
Colin
Clark. Yep.
33 points the other night. So Campbell and Adams are going to have their work cut out for them in the paint tonight.
Right. And Coach Bryan said they're going to come out, they're going to play zone, so we're going to have to just be disciplined on offense, take good shots. And, he said hopefully by the end of the game we have worn them down and, we can just take over and finish strong. So, yeah, should be a good one here. We are going to take a quick break and send it back to the studio. We got National Anthem and starting lineups coming up. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups for you and your tip-off here at Great Southern Bank Arena. You're watching Bolivar Liberator basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on Your Country 99.
You're listening to 99.1 KYOO, halfway, 1200 AM KYOO, and 102.9 K275 CD Bolivar.
At Animal Care Clinic, they're not just another veterinary clinic. They're your pet's best friend. Their team, led by Doctors Levin and Lindsay Roten, offer top-notch care for all animals, big and small. From intensive care and checkups to pet supplies and grooming, they've got it covered. Keep your furry friend healthy and happy. Schedule an appointment today at animalcarebolivar.com. That's animalcarebolivar.com. Animal Care Clinic. Their name says it all.
What would happen to your kids, home, finances, or even your business in an unexpected life event? At Ankrum Law, we understand that planning for the future is a gift to your loved ones. This is Jesse Ankrum, and I'm ready to help you secure your legacy with expert guidance in estate planning. From wills to trust, we provide comprehensive solutions tailored to your unique needs. For more information or to book your free estate planning consultation, visit AnkramLawFirm.com. Ankrum Law, helping you protect what matters most.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
No matter where this season takes you, the Bank of Missouri is here. We know a better life begins with a secure financial future. As a community bank, we work with you to understand your priorities and the changes that affect your finances. So wherever life takes you, we're here to help, just like we have been for 130 years. Get started at bankofmissouri.com. Live well, play well, bank well.
Welcome back, Liberator fans. We're coming to you live from the Great Southern Bank Arena on the campus of Missouri State University. We're here in the 79th Annual Blue and Gold Basketball Tournament, bringing to you the semifinal round here in the Gold Division side of the bracket. Your Liberators taking on the Greenwood Blue Jays today. We're going to give you starting lineups here. Starting off for Greenwood, they come in with a record of 6-2. Number 2, Colin Clark. He's a 6'7" senior. Number 3, Tyler Harrell, a 6-foot sophomore. Number 13, Kaylin Hetzler, a 6'3" freshman. Number 20, Logan Sanders, a 6-foot senior. And to round it up for the Blue Jays, number 24, Caden Frederick, a 6'4" sophomore. And coming in for your Liberators, starting lineups, they come in with a record of 7-2, currently on a 7-game winning streak. And we got number 1, Colton Ingold, a sophomore. Number 3, a senior, Brady Ingold. Number 5, Gardner Casey, a senior. Number 10, Matthew Giglio, a junior. And rounded it up for your Liberators today, number 15, Kenyon Adams, a junior. So that's your starting lineups here. And we'll get set for tip-off here in just a few seconds.
You know, guys, I did a little research on Greenwood, and, you know, they've been good. They've not been good at times, but the last 5 years, they have averaged 23 wins a season.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive. And they've been through a couple of really good players. I can't remember the name of the...
One of them in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
Liberators in the white uniforms, Greenwood in the black.
With the blue numbers, white trim, and the Liberators with the blue numbers and the gold trim. So it'll be Colin Clark and Kenyon Adams to tip it off in this one. Looks like we're just about ready to go. The teams are lined up, and here's the toss. Greenwood will control the tip. Here's Harrell at the top, guarded by Brody Ingold. Bolivar in their patented man-to-man defense. That's what we're going to see all night from them, which was very good last night. Ball tries to get into Clark, into the post. They tip it away. He tries to save it. Giglio picks it up. He loses it at half court. Here comes Clark back to the other end. He lays it in for 2. A little scrum there, and we were on the short end of it.
Yeah, loose balls all around. Good job denying the entry pass early.
Yeah. Greenwood in the 2-3 zone. Looks like they're going to start in a box and 1 on Brody Ingold. Sanders is going to face guard Ingold. Here's Casey on the right wing. Back to Giglio. Over to to Brody. Back over to Casey on the right side. Giglio penetrates down the left lane, kicks it out to Casey. One more pass to Colton Ingold for 3. Oh, got it! Woo! 3-2 Bolivar, 6:56 to go here in the first. Bolivar continues their hot shooting.
They'll need to keep that up all night. They've just shot lights out in this tournament. they can do that 2 more games, they'll take home the big trophy.
Clark on the wing. He throws cross court to Sanders, guarded heavily by Giglio. He dribbles to the top, kicks it in to Clark. About a 15-foot jumper. That's just tough to guard right there. Jumps up.
Nice shot there by Clark.
Yeah.
6'7". It's just, it's hard to guard. It's about all you can do.
Being guarded by a 6-foot sophomore.
Yeah. He just jumps up and shot it over him. Well, he's Division I player. He's going to do that kind of stuff. Here's Bolivar. Colton Ingold tries to penetrate. Spin move. Kicks it over to Adams. Frederick gets a hand on it, and I believe he's going to pick up the foul. Let's see who they call this on. Yeah,
I believe Frederick's
going to pick it up. That'll be Greenwood's first team foul. First personal on Frederick. Brody Ingold to inbound underneath our basket. Box set by the Liberators.
Going to have to get rid of it, getting close to 5.
Bounce pass into Adams in the corner. He hands back to Brody. Gardner. Giglio in the right corner. Box and 1 still. It's stolen away by Sanders. Over to Clark, and he'll bring it across the timeline. Guarded by Adams. Between the legs. Frederick, backdoor to Clark. Clark off the glass. No good. Rebound to Adams. He fumbles it around, and Casey picks it up. Dribbles length of the court. Kicks it out to Colton in the corner. Colton drives in, hits Giglio in the other corner, in the right corner. Back up to Gardner. Casey drives down the middle of the lane. Cut off by Frederick. Back up to Colton at the top. Back to Gardner. Thought about the 3.
Smart move by Gardner Casey there. And just his athleticism, got in paint and was still able to control the ball.
Yeah. Well, they got Brody trapped in the corner off the box and 1, but he gets out of it. Giglio tries to force it inside to Adams and knocked away. And here comes Clark to the other end for Greenwood. Clark at the top of the key, trying to force him left. Over to Harrell. Harrell dribbles into the middle of the lane, kicks it out to the corner to Sanders. Sanders goes back door. No pass. Clark dribbling out front. Giglio giving him some trouble. Good job by Giglio. Harrell with the ball, kicks it out to Hetzler. Hetzler for 3, misses. Colton Ingold with the rebound.
Great defense possession there by the Liberators. Greenwood kind of just having a hard time getting a shot off there, and we come back the other way.
Still the box and 1 on Brody Ingold. Liberators trying to get it figured out. Here's Gardner Casey from the top of the key for 3. No good. Rebound to Greenwood.
One thing we haven't talked about is Bolivar's defense in this tournament. It was lights out yesterday. And it looks like they're picking up that same intensity here today.
Sanders for Greenwood misses a long 3. Casey clears with the rebound over to Brody. Back to Casey at the top of the key. Adams working in the paint. Casey at the top of the key. Dribbles to the right. Back over to Giglio in the left corner for 3. He gets it. Nice shot. Good kick out by Gardner Casey. Good penetration, and Giglio wide open in the left corner. Clark across the timeline. That's one thing about Clark. Oh, it's stripped away by Brody Ingold. Brody's going to go the length of the court, up off the glass, and good.
Great defensive play by Brody and Matthew, causing just a chaos there, and gets a steal in the bucket to take us up 4.
I like this where we're switching off on Clark. That's like the 3rd different guy we've had guarding him. Frederick mixes a 3-point shot for Greenwood, and Bolivar clears at the rebound, and it's going to be Sanders. Frederick, is that going to be his second personal?
Second one
on Frederick, his second.
I really like what Bolivar's doing on defense. We haven't had the same guy guarding Clark. For those of you listening, Clark's at a 6'7". He's bringing the ball down the court. He's doing a lot of stuff out top. And, he gives it up, and then he tries to get in the post and get it back. And we've done a really good job on him so far.
And if you haven't seen him, he's reminiscent of Kyle Polk. That kind of body and that kind of player can do it inside or out.
Here's Bolivar with the ball. Casey pulls up for 3. Got it! Ooh. Bolivar is lighting it up again from the 3-point line. It's 11-4 with 2:48 to go here in the first quarter.
And you got to think if they don't convert here, guys, they're going to have to call a timeout.
Yeah, Hartzler dribbles it off his foot. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Connor Neal. Connor into the game for the first time. And Wyatt Campbell, we didn't mention that. Right now for the Liberators, we have Ingold, Casey, Evans, and Campbell. Greenwood inbounds. Sanders out top with the ball. They're going flat. Here comes Hetzler up out of the corner. Harrell.
Great defense. They're just really
swarming.
Switching off and doubling up.
Really good. Harrell back at the top.
You know, the other thing is they haven't given teams very many second opportunities. They've done a really good job on the defensive boards this whole tournament.
Clark cross court to Hetzler. Hetzler back up to Harrell. Clark with a deep three, short. Brody Ingold clears the rebound, pushing it up the left side. Long pass to his brother Colton, back to Casey Wexler, pass in the wing for three, short. And the rebound's going to go off of
Brody Ingold.
Yeah, it's going to go back to Greenwood.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Greenwood.
Taylor calls a timeout. They have not had a second opportunity the whole game.
Yep.
And I noticed yesterday when I was listening, Nixa didn't get very many second opportunities either.
Yeah, that's the key when you have someone as big as he is to keep him off the glass. And, we've done a good job of pushing him out and keeping him 15, 18 feet from the basket.
And I like what we're doing on offense. We're kind of having to adjusting on the fly here because we've seen that they come out in a box and one. So they're kind of trying to take Brody out of it. But I feel like we've been, we haven't been over anxious. We've been patient, moving the ball around good and getting good shots.
Well, if Gardner Casey can hit a couple of those threes, he had one. He had a really good look. It was in and out. That'll change him. They'll have to get out of that box and one.
Yeah. And we're doing a great job of making the extra pass. Colton had a shot, but he gave it up to Gardner and got a better shot. Greenwood will inbound. They'll have to go the length of the court. Here's
a little token pressure by the Liberators.
Yeah, Harrell over to Sanders. Tries to get an on-ball screen. Kicks it out to Harrell. No, that's Hetzler. To Sanders. Drives baseline. Throws it off the bottom of the backboard. Back to Harrell for three. In and out. No good. Rebound to Giglio. He pushes it up the side to Connor Neal. And Connor wanted to kick it out and decided, I don't know if I'm going to or not. He got it caught in his hands.
The defender from Greenwood made a quick step towards the intended person for the pass, and Connor had to pick it up and travel.
Yeah. Well, Greenwood takes back over. Hetzler to bring it up. Guarded closely by Connor Neal. Man-to-man defense. Out to Harold. Harold drives baseline. Kicks it out to Sanders. Sanders for three. He misses. Rebound. They're on the floor. We're diving around, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Greenwood. Good hustle by Greenwood. Both teams out.
Great hustle. Yeah, great hustle by both teams. And, luckily we just come out on the good side of that.
Harold dove on the floor and just couldn't quite reach it. You got to like that kind of effort from really both teams.
An ill-advised shot by Greenwood because Clark and the shooter were both in that far corner. So there's nobody to rebound.
Clark was barely on the court.
If he doesn't make it, there's no chance for them to get the rebound. And
I think if I'd have been Harold, I'd have just handed it off to Clark and said, hey, you shoot it. Bolivar with the ball now. Greenwood. They
switched it up.
They switched it up. They're just to a standard 2-3 zone right now. Actually, it's a 3-2.
3-2, yeah.
Giglio on the right wing. Wyatt Campbell in the short corner, dribbles out of it, kicks Giglio at the top of the key for three. Got it.
Matthew with the big three there.
Great pass, great shot.
10-point lead with 33 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Clark out top with the ball. Oh, that's going to be an illegal screen.
Illegal screen. Good call by Pee Wee there.
Yeah, Donnelly picks up the offensive foul. And we see that, it's right out top, right out front. You just can't do that. You just can't move over and try to screen.
I don't know if you guys are surprised, but we've already got 4 threes on the day here in the first quarter.
I'm assuming we'll play for one here, guys.
Well, I would think
25 seconds?
Yeah. Greenwood really extending this 1-2-2 zone. Brody Ingold with the ball, kicks it over to Giglio with 18 seconds to go. Back out way out top to Brody. To Colton on the wing. Wyatt's posting up hard. Back to Ingold at the top. Good ball. Reversal to Giglio. We're going to play for one shot. Neal on the right wing. Cross court to Giglio. He takes a long three off the back iron and clears the rebound. Wyatt Campbell almost steals the outlet pass.
And that will do it here at the end of the first quarter. Your Liberators lead the Blue Jays 14-4. We're going to take a quick break and send it back to the studio. You're watching Bolivar Liberator basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on YourCountry99.
Mr. Google wants you to think you can fix your car on the internet. If you can just figure out what's wrong without talking to those greedy dealers, you'll save lots of money. At Bill Grant Ford, our appointment book fills every week with people who started on Google. And you might be surprised to know the labor rate in our shop is not the highest in town. What we can do for you is bring experience and training to a world filled with internet noise. We encourage you to be informed when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. And when your vehicle starts asking for help, see why it's better in Bolivar at Bill Grant Ford.
They've gone before us, they've taught us to live life to its fullest and to treat every moment as a precious treasure. Now it's time to celebrate their life. Hi, I'm Kyle with Butler Funeral Home, and we are committed to you and your family ensuring that every detail and personal wish is met for your loved one's funeral service, so that you have time to reflect and celebrate the life. And with one of the largest chapels in Missouri, you can celebrate with plenty of friends and family. Celebrate life with Butler Funeral Home, located in Bolivar and Humansville, or online at butlerfuneralhome.com. Celebrate life with Butler Funeral Home.
Welcome back, Liberator fans. We're here live at the Great Southern Bank Arena on the campus of Missouri State University. Coming to you from the 79th Annual Blue and Gold Division. In our Gold Division semifinal today, your Bolivar Liberators taking on the Greenwood Blue Jays, and they find themselves with a 10-point lead here as we take on the second quarter, and it will be our ball coming out of the possession.
Greenwood in their 1-2-2 half court. They're trying to trap us at half court. Bolivar not having any trouble with it. Giglio to the right wing, back to Brody, over to Colton for three in the left corner. Off the back iron, tipped by Campbell. And Harrell will come up with the rebound. He'll push it up for Greenwood. Down the middle of the lane, Euro step out to Clark. Thought about the three. Giglio guarding Clark tightly on the man-to-man. Oh, nice job. He cuts him off, forces Clark to kick it out to Harrell, and Harrell loses the handle on it. Giglio comes up with it. Pass ahead to Brody. Great pass to Wyatt Campbell, and he finishes it. What a transition basket. What unselfish play by Brody.
Unselfish is all you could say about that play.
Bolivar leads 16-4 with 7 minutes to go. Clark with the ball, guarded by Colton Ingold. Thought about the 30-footer. Decides to give it up.
Clark looks winded, guys.
He does.
At him. He looks like he's tired.
He does. Here's Sanders trying to get to the basket. Denied by Brody.
Clark just pushed.
See, I thought they were coming up with the Clark foul.
Yeah,
they're going to call that on Colton.
Oh, man, Clark just hit him from behind and pushed him through the lane.
Yeah. And Colton's looking at the referee. You know, Colton never says anything to anybody, but he looks at the referee like, hey, that was a forearm in my back.
He takes a seat. Gardner Case in to replace him.
Greenwood to inbound underneath throwing basket. Now we're going to get a foul away from the ball. And did we get Greenwood on one this time?
I think they're going to give it to Connor Neal, guys.
Yeah, you're right.
It's going to be his second personal of the game.
It'll be the
second on the team, too.
Yeah. Greenwood to inbound. Way out top to Harrell. Harrell makes a nice catch on that ball, guarded closely by Brody. Over to Franklin. He misses Sanders, and he misses a three-point shot, and that's a long rebound out of bounds. That'll be Bolivar's ball.
Good job by Connor Neal to just let that go off, run as much time off the clock as you can.
Yeah,
he could have picked it up.
I've seen crazy things happen like that, where we were trying to go get it, and we don't come up with it. And
You know, Greenwood seems real unsettled right now. They're having a hard time getting their big guy going, and they're trying all kinds of defenses here on us. Here's the 1-2-2 again. They're going to try to trap across half court. Bolivar breaks the trap easily. Here's Giglio to Brody to Gardner to the right wing. Gardner dribbles over, passes it cross court to Brody, right back to Gardner. Colton on the right wing, cross court to Brody for three. In and out, no good. Rebound to Giglio. Nice job. Kicks it back out to Brody. Doesn't hesitate for three and misses it again. Here's Giglio with another rebound, and he's going to pick up the foul.
Yeah. Adams and Colton checked in, replacing Campbell and Connor Neal on the break, and Colton's all over the place. He's playing much bigger than a 6-foot sophomore right now.
He really is, and that's been something, Shania, you can go ahead and hit on Colton there.
You know, not just Colton too, but I want to give Matthew credit. He started out the game. I don't know if anybody remembers, but he had 3 turnovers right in a row.
Yeah.
And he's came back and he's hit, you know, a couple big 3-pointers and had some big rebounds. And, you know, that's what I love about watching this team is it doesn't matter if we make a mistake or whatever. We think next play mentality and we play our role and do our thing. And, you know, credit to Matthew there.
Matt gets 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Greenwood back to the other end. Clark with the ball between the legs, guarded closely by Giglio. We're going to try to get another on-ball screen at the high post. Clark all the way to the basket, misses.
Another one-shot opportunity.
And Giglio tried to pass it, lost its handle, and turns it over. That was one that Matt liked to have back. He was trying to get the ball out to the wing there, and I think if he makes that pass, I think we score a layup, but he just couldn't get the handle on it. Clark out top for Greenwood, 17-4, 5:55 to go in the second. Clark goes back door. Sanders with the ball, dribbles around, hands off to Harrell. Harrell drives the left baseline, tries to kick it out. Colton Ingold gets a hand on it. Brody picks it up. Out to Gardner. He pushes it up the right side to Giglio. Adams, Casey, right down the lane, stops, pops from 10 feet, and gets it to roll in. Nice job. 19-4, Bolivar leads. Full court man-to-man pressure. Clark having a hard time getting it going right now. You got to think he will at some point, but, man, great man-to-man defense by Colton Ingold. Clark stops, pops, and they're going to call a foul on Colton on the shot, and that's going to put Clark to the line for two shots.
Give Colton his second personal, and back to Colton. I want to brag on him as well. He had a huge task yesterday, guys, going up against the McKnight kid. And I don't know if, Southwest Missouri, the McKnight kid is one of the most well-known athletes talked about. Not only is he a basketball, all-star, but he's a football, basketball, baseball, man. The kid can do it all. One of the best athletes in the state of Missouri. And I thought Colton did an incredible job on him yesterday and just worked his butt off and kind of honestly just took McKnight out of the game from the get-go.
Yeah. And our help on McKnight was outstanding.
Well, our help right there on that play on Clark was good too. Yeah. We were doing a great job of doubling up on him, peeling off.
Clark hits 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. He's got 5 points, and that's what Greenwood's got. 19-5, 5 minutes to go. Bolivar on offense. Casey to Giglio in the right corner. Giglio gets trapped. Nice job by Matt, realizing he was in trouble there, and throws the ball off of Hetzler. And it'll be Bolivar's ball on the sideline here.
Trying to add to this 14-point lead with just under 5 minutes. They can go in at half up by double digits. That's going to be huge.
Absolutely. Evans into Giglio. He's going to get trapped. Casey at the right elbow kicks it out to Colton or Brody. I'll get it right in a second. Connor Neal. Casey, great pass by Canyon Adams inside to Casey, and he hits it from 3 feet off the glass.
Yeah, that was a great cut by
Coach
Gardner
Taylor's
Casey
had enough.
there.
He's got to call timeout.
Well, we're going to send it back to the station here. Bolivar 21, Greenwood 5. You're listening to Bolivar Liberators Sports, brought to you by Mid-Missouri Bank today, and you're listening on Your Country 99.
All clothing is arriving at C&C Farm and Home in Bolivar and Lebanon. Have a great selection of outwear by Bernie Apparel and Carhartt. Wood pellets, by the bag, the ton, or pallets. Now's the time to improve your fencing. Barbed wire, T-posts, pipe gates, panel gates at C&C's everyday low prices. Have any questions for the Farm and Home? Well, the answer man at C&C Farm and Home in Bolivar and Lebanon has the answers for you.
Hi, this is Donald with C&C Farm and Home Supply in Bolivar and Lebanon. If you have questions, we have the answers.
CMH Orthopedic and Spine Center in Bolivar offers walk-in orthopedic care Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Available to children and adults, the clinic provides non-emergent care for orthopedic injuries, such as fractures, dislocations, sport injuries, and shoulder, hip, and knee pain. No appointment is necessary. For more information, you can visit them on the web or call 417-777-2663.
We're back here at Great Southern Bank Arena, and we got back just a little bit late. Greenwood's possession ended in a foul by the Liberators, and it'll send Clark to the line to shoot 2.
Foul on Brody Ingold.
Is that his first?
Yep.
Clark to shoot 2. 21-5 Bolivar, 4:23 to go here in the second quarter. First one's up and good.
He was 1 for 2 on his last attempt. Hopefully he goes 1 for 2 here.
Yeah.
You got to put the announcer jinx on him, guys.
Yeah, that's right.
And he is the only one that scored for Greenwood so far, so he's got 6 points on the day.
Second one is up and good.
That didn't work.
It looks like they're going to stay with this 1-2-2. Bolivar's got to stay out of the corners. Here's Casey across the timeline. Pressured heavily out front. Cross court to Brody. Back to Casey. Giglio, cross court to Brody for 3. Short. Tries to get his own rebound, and nice hustle, but it goes off his knee out of bounds, and it'll go back to Greenwood. You know, that's a good shot. It's just a little too far. I'd really like to see him get in a step or two more when that ball's on its way there. And that's just, you know, I think our players continue to get confused with this three-point line. You know,
when you're having to, you know, catch and shoot, you know, you're looking at, okay, I'm behind the line, and it kind of gets confusing in the moment.
Yeah. Here's Harrell all the way down to the middle of the lane. He's going to pick up a foul. Oh, that's going to be offensive. Yeah, he got his forearm out, didn't he?
Yep.
So that'll turn the ball back over to Bolivar.
Campbell checked in on the break, replacing Connor Neal. So we got 2 bigs in there now.
You know, I can't say that's too far because Brody hit one to win the game from about 40 feet.
He was shooting them all day yesterday like that. I was listening to Shania and Clay, and he was hitting those out there.
By the way, they did an excellent job yesterday on the call. Here's Casey. Tries to penetrate against Frederick. Over to the left corner for Wyatt Campbell. Wyatt gets out of the trap. Back to the top to Ingold. Ingold to the right wing to Giglio. Adams working the high post. Brody on the left wing. Kicks out to Campbell. Campbell for 3 from the corner. He gets it. Wyatt Campbell from 3 off the assist from Brody Ingold. And now Bolivar's going to pick up their man-to-man full court pressure.
You know, you always love when your big man steps out and shoots a big 3 like that.
And here's a steal by Giglio. He's going to take it the length of the court, off the glass, lays it in. Great job by Matt.
19-point lead now for the Liberators, and Greenwood just doesn't have an answer.
They really don't. Our pressure is just really good. Our help defense is great. Here's Harrell. Oh, I thought he traveled over to Clark, way out top. Here's Adams trying to guard him. He goes all the way to the basket and lays it in. And we got Liberators all over the floor here. Hope Giglio's not hurt.
Clark had a pretty good forearm shiver on Adams, and he knocked him into Giglio, and he kind of rolled over on his ankle a little bit down there.
Looks like they kind of just banged in right to each other, and looks to seem like they're going to be okay. So here we go back again.
Well, we're back to Greenwood's back to that 1-2-2. Bolivar about to bring it across the timeline. Casey's got it. Over to Brody. Out of the trap to Casey. Swings it to Giglio. Thought about the 3. Giglio back cross court to Brody. Right down the middle of the lane. Kicks it out to Campbell at the wing for 3. Off the side of the rim. Greenwood with the rebound. And Clark's going to clear. Try to bring it up, and Giglio steals it from him, and he's going to pick up a foul. I'm not sure that he created that contact, but Giglio is going to pick up the foul. Is that his second?
Yep, and that'll be 5 on the Liberators, so Clark will go to the line.
That's correct.
Oh, wait a minute.
No.
They're changing.
They're going to change on Clark.
I was right about that. How about that for once? I didn't think that Giglio created that contact. I felt like Clark, he lost the handle on the ball and tried to go after it. Giglio stepped in to get it, and he
kind of just undercutted Giglio. Yep.
Yeah, great call by the official.
Pee-wee changed it.
So Bolivar has possession, 26-9, 2:10 to go in the second quarter. Casey on the right wing has Wyatt Campbell flashing, doesn't throw it in. Back to Casey, dribbles down the right wing, all kinds of contact, no call, and they're going to call Gardner for traveling.
And, you know, as stout as Gardner Casey is, for him to get hit and move, there's some contact.
He didn't trip over the maroon line. So
it wasn't like just a little touch. There was some pretty solid contact to knock him off his feet.
Clark with the ball out front, gets the high ball screen, and Brody steps out to hedge and is going to pick up the foul.
That's going to be the second personal on Brody Ingold. So we'll see what Coach Hoy wants to do here. If he leaves him in, looks like he's going to leave him in.
Well, he's a senior, and you would hope that he would be. They're going to bring in Connor Neal. Connor's sitting at the scores table. I don't know. He may bring out Gardner. I don't know. Gardner's standing over there. Clark, anyway, to the line. 26-9, a minute 50 to go. Clark with the first one. It's good. And
Clark with all 10 of their points still.
I tell you what, I feel like we can outscore him, guys. I mean, if nobody else scores, I think we're in pretty good shape. But Connor Neal steps in for Brody. He'll get a break, and here comes Clark with the second one. And it's good.
I really like that decision by Coach Hoy. Just kind of rest Brody with a 16-point lead. I think that's a smart decision on his move.
Yeah. Adams, bounce pass, tried to get to Wyatt Campbell. Clark picks it off. He's going to try to go the length of the court. Down to the lane, steps on the block. It's going to call a foul on the floor.
Gardner Casey going to get the blocking call on the floor, but it'll still send him to the line for 2. The bucket won't count.
So he's just a nice player, isn't he? I tell you what, Clark
reminds me so much of Polk.
Yeah,
Kyle Polk.
He may be a little stronger. It looks like he's got a little more weight on him than maybe Kyle did his senior year, but
he uses his body like Kyle does.
Yeah,
he's
really
so
does.
Much stronger and bigger than every other kid.
You're right. Well, and he can jump and shoot up, jump up and shoot over everybody.
He might be a little bit taller than Kyle was too.
Yeah. Well, Bolivar 26 and Clark 12. Hits his first free throw, and here comes the second one. We need to keep them from making a run here right before the half with Brody out. Clark hits the second one. It's 26-13. Clark's got all 13 for Greenwood. And they're going to extend that 1-2-2 again, trying to get us to come over. There's the trap. Get out of it. Nice pass by Giglio over to Gardner Casey. He loses the handle on it. Sanders picks it up. Back to Clark. That's, 2 or 3 turnovers in a row we've had? Yeah, we can't let him have a run here. Clark's going to, nice crossover dribble all the way to the block and lays it off the glass. No answer there. We throw it inbounds, and Greenwood steals the inbounds pass. Harrell gets it. There's a scrum. They miss it. He picks it back up and scores. And now Coach Robbie Hoy is going to take a timeout for the Liberators.
Smart timeout by Coach Hoy there. Just have had 3 unsuccessful trips down the floor. They pull was in 9 after we were up by 16 and just call timeout, re-get the troops controlled, and make sure you get a bucket here in the last minute.
I think between the 3 of us, we've watched a lot of basketball over the years, and we know in big games like this that both teams are going to make big runs, and you aren't going to come in here and expect for Greenwood just to roll over the rest of the game. So we just got to calm down, value the basketball, take care of the basketball, continue to get good shots, and we'll be just fine.
And we saw it with Nixa yesterday. You knew we weren't going to beat them by 20 points. Right. They made some runs, but you got to curb those runs, and we did a good job defensively. 4 stops in a row at the end of the game. They'll get it back on track after this timeout. Hopefully go in by double digits.
If you're just listening, what Greenwood has done, they continue to extend their pressure, and now we're going to see a full court press from them. They feel like they may have us on the ropes. Notice Brody Ingold back in the game for the Liberators. The Liberators have Casey, Giglio, Brody Ingold, Wyatt Campbell, and Connor Neal. Greenwood's going to pick up the full court pressure. Can't tell if they're man yet or not. A little box press. Brody with the ball over to Casey. Short of the timeline. Brody now gets it across the timeline to Campbell. Campbell puts it on the floor. Greenwood gets a hand on it. And Wyatt tries to pick it back up and knocks it out of bounds.
I thought it might have went off the foot of is that Hetzler?
Yep. Greenwood's going to retain possession. 47 seconds to go. We need to weather this storm here. We need to get a little stability defensively here. Here comes Clark. He'll cross the timeline. Connor Neal guarding man-to-man. Drills all the way down to the baseline. Reverse pivot. 10-foot. Gets fouled by Campbell, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. It's just going to be his show is what it's going to be, folks.
Not a bad foul by Wyatt. He makes sure he doesn't make the shot.
Yeah.
Send him to the line.
So Clark's going to go back to the line for another 2. How many times has he been to the line, Shania?
He's been to the line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be his sixth time.
9 fouls now on the Liberators in this quarter to 3 for the Blue Jays.
Clark is 9 for 10 from the line right now.
He still has all his team's points. I missed one on the board. It's 26-17.
Actually, Harold picked up that basket on that little scramble they had down there. Clark to the line. 33.5 seconds to go here in the half. He hits the first one. 26-18. You know we're going to see the full court press here if he hits this. Second shot is good. Clark now 11 of 12 from the free throw line. He has 17 points, and they will extend their pressure. Box press. Here's Casey. Over to Brody Ingold. Back to Casey. Crosses the timeline to Giglio. And Bolivar's going to play for one shot. Casey, 20 seconds to go to Brody Ingold. They're still trying to trap. He needs to stay out of that corner. Nice job over to Casey. Casey back to Ingold with 11 seconds to go in the half. Over to Casey at the top. Back to Ingold on the left side. Back to Casey at the top. Casey takes the three-point shot off the back iron. Brody Ingold with the rebound and the shot while he's in the air. Thought he got fouled, but they're not going to give him a foul, and that's going to be the half. It's 26-19, and we will be back with your Warwick halftime show here in just a second. You are watching Liberator Sports on the MoSportsZone.com and listening to Your Country 99.
Line Bank is refreshing the way traditional banking is done and reimagining banking to be more technology forward while maintaining a customer-focused approach that is unmatched in the banking industry, making Line Bank your true hometown bank. With 4 branches in Bolivar, Gulmy, and Pittsburgh, and free regional ATMs, Line Bank brings financial services right to your community. Count on them for checking, savings, retirement accounts, and mobile banking you can access 24/7. Line Bank. Banking refreshed. Member FDIC.
You'll find everything you need to turn the great outdoors into your own personal playground at Hobby Time. From ATVs, UTVs, and motorcycles to Falcon bass boats, Avalon pontoons, and firearms for every season. Hobby Time is the toy store for the outdoor enthusiast. Located just north of Bolivar off Highway 13. Get into the outdoor game with Hobby Time. Proud sponsors of Liberator Sports.
For all your furniture and bedding needs, visit Hometown Mattress and Furniture, where we liquidate prices, not quality. Come see our great quality mattresses and furniture closeouts. You will not find more bang for your buck on pillow tops, Euro tops, temper-grade foam mattresses, and adjustable bases. Same for sofas, sectionals, recliners, bedroom, and dining room furniture. From budget to luxury, we got it all. Payment programs available, same as cash, no credit needed. Check out our many great reviews on Facebook and Google. We will treat you right and earn your 5-star review. Hometown Mattress and Furniture, where we liquidate prices, not quality. 451 South Springfield Avenue, Bolivar, Missouri.
If you're buying or selling real estate in Southwest Missouri, call Hubbard Realty. We're your local real estate experts with a team of dedicated professionals who will represent you through one of life's biggest challenges, buying or selling a home, land, or investment property. Let our years of experience in up and down markets guide you with data-driven advice and researched guidance. With generational roots in the area, we're here to stay. So work with the realtors you know, like, and trust. The agents at Hubbard Realty. We're your hometown real estate experts.
We're back here at Great Southern Bank Arena for your halftime show, your Warwick Electric halftime show. I'd like to thank Chris and all the guys at Warwick Electric for what they do and for sponsoring our halftime show every game. And Shania is going to have some stats for us here. Bolivar leads 26-19 over Greenwood. And guys, up until the last 2 minutes, we were in complete control of this game. And just, Colton picked up a foul, and Brody picked up his second. And we kind of lost our way there for a few minutes, turned the ball over a few times, and Greenwood capitalized on it, got a little momentum, and got this thing down to 7 points here before half.
You still go in up by 7, Dwayne, and, you're in control. I'm sure Coach Hoyt's going to say, flush the last 2 minutes. Let's play like we did before.
Sure.
We can do that. We just got to find a way to stop Clark. He's got 17 of their 19 points, and we just don't have an answer for him.
And I think we'll be okay. I mean, even there's two ways to look at players like him. You can either let him have his and stop the rest of the team, or you can try to stop him and let the rest of them get what they can. And so I don't know what Coach Hoig's philosophy is. It doesn't really matter. He's got 17 and Harold's got 2, and that's about it, isn't it, Shania?
Right, yeah. So I'll go through score totals for both Bolivar and Greenwood. We'll go with Greenwood. It's pretty easy. Colin Clark, 17 points, and Harold has 2. So Clark, as you guys said, 17 out of the 19 points. I'm sure Coach Hoy is developing a game plan to get him shut down, and been doing pretty good against the rest of the players. But as far as Bolivar goes, we've got Colton Ingold with 3, Brody Ingold with 2, Gardner Casey has 7, and Wyatt Campbell has 5. And leading the way for our scoring tonight here at halftime is Matthew Giglio, and he has got 9 on the evening. So pretty balanced scoring there coming from Bolivar. And, like we said on the pregame show, it's super hard to guard when you've got 5 or 6 guys that can score consistently. So that kind of will round it. As far as foul trouble goes, we are in a little bit of foul trouble. We got Connor Neal with 2 fouls, Brody Ingold with 2 fouls, and Colton Ingold with 2 fouls. So it'll be good to get Colton back in there with the rest of the starting 5 coming out of the second half, as he sat on the bench for the last 4 or 5 minutes of the second quarter. So he'll be a big factor coming back in. So kind of take you around the day and what's been going on. We got our Lady Liberators competing over in the 13th annual Pink and White Lady Classic, and they pick up a buzzer beater. Carly Cribbs with the little jumper off the baseline buzzer beater to take a win over the Camdenton Lady Lakers. That's used to be a conference foe for many, many years. Those are conference foe, the Camdenton Lady Lakers, but they get a big win over Camdenton. So congratulations to Coach Archer and his Lady Liberators. They will move on to play tomorrow at 11 o'clock over at Weiser Gymnasium on the campus of Drury University, and they will take on the Clever Lady Blue Jays out of Clever. So should be another great one for the Lady Liberators, and I know Coach Archer will have them ready to go. So good luck to them, and I'm not sure yet if we'll have that game on the air. It will just kind of depend on who can do what as far as our crew goes, but that will be on Monday at 11 o'clock a.m. against the Clever Lady Blue Jays. As far as the boys' side goes, right now we are playing in the gold semifinal game. So we win here, we advance to the gold championship game at 7 o'clock on Monday evening right here at Great Southern Bank Arena. If we lose, we will play for third place at 4 o'clock here at Great Southern Bank Arena. So a lot of basketball action to still be had over the next 3 days between your Liberators and Lady Liberators. So, like I've always said, come out, support these kids, these coaches and kids. They work really hard, not just in games and practices, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. And man, come out. We got a great crowd here today from Bolivar. I know it's hard to get here on a 4 o'clock on Friday as most people are wrapping up the work week, but a great crowd. Bolivar did well representing here today. So, guys.
Well, let's get back to, let's talk a little bit about that half. I mean, really, to me, there was 2 things that happened there in the second quarter. We didn't shoot the ball very well. We got good shots, but we did turn the ball over, which, kept us from getting more shots. And, those 2 things, that combination really kind of gave us the results we got there at the end of the second quarter, where the momentum kind of switched over to Greenwood and they extended their pressure, caused us to turn the ball over a few times. And I'm sure that's really all Coach Hoig probably addressed in the locker room was, hey, we just can't turn the ball over. We don't turn the ball over, we'll get the good shots that we need. And, we've relied on our shooters this whole tournament and this whole season to this point. We'll get Colton back in the game, and Brody, we do have some foul trouble, but it'd be really important here in the third quarter for those guys to go quite a while without picking up their third.
Well, we were talking at the break. I don't think that Bolivar was probably prepared for them to run this. And we saw at the end there were some openings with Wyatt and the 2 big guys. You said, play the high-low and offset your guard. So I think they stay in that. We will find a way to break that and score off of it. They're not really controlling what we're doing, getting the ball across half court. but we haven't taken care of the ball really ourselves, and we'll do that and then make some halftime adjustments and see what happens.
Right. As I'm sitting here with two coaches myself, as you guys know, you guys have been around basketball all your life. The third quarter is always the biggest quarter of the game. How you come out of the locker room, what kind of plan how can you change things up from the first half? So, this third quarter is huge for us. We need to get some points on the scoreboard. We've been looking at 26 for quite a while now. Third quarter, it's going to be big. Normally the first 2 or 3 minutes can kind of guess how the rest of the game's going to go.
So in football, we always say the middle eight is the most important. The team usually that scores last in the first half wins the game. And so in basketball, it's the middle four because it's just a smaller game. But you're exactly right, Shania. They got the first part of the middle four. We need to get the second part of the middle four.
It's going to be their ball coming out here in the second half, and I guarantee you that's exactly what their coach is talking about. Hey, we need to score on our first possession and get this thing cut to 5, and then we'll go from there. And
being around Coach Taylor for 30 years, I guarantee you he's got a set play to go to Clark to make sure they get a bucket in the first possession.
Bet a lot of money he's going to take the first shot here.
All right, well, that will do us for our Warwick halftime show. We're going to take a couple-minute break, and we'll be back with the second half. Your Liberators lead here in the Gold Division semifinal, 26-19 over the host Greenwood Blue Jays. You're watching Bolivar Liberator basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on Your Country 99.
People choose Oakstar Bank for a number of reasons, from the high interest earning checking accounts all the way to a 30-year fixed rate farm loan. But really, it's our people that make the difference. Here at Oakstar, we believe that friendly service and a smile from hometown people that you know makes all the difference in the world. Come experience the difference a hometown bank like Oakstar can make. Oakstar Bank knows banking in Bolivar. Maybe it's time you get to know us. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. People choose Oakstar Bank for a number of reasons, from the high interest earning checking accounts all the way to a 30-year fixed rate farm loan. But really, it's our people that make the difference. Here at Oakstar, we believe that friendly service and a smile from hometown people that you know makes all the difference in the world. Come experience the difference a hometown bank like Oakstar can make. Oakstar Bank knows banking in Bolivar. Maybe it's time you get to know us. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
When you own a commercial lawn service, you know a thing or two about gray cuts. You also know that every dollar counts. And with Gravely's Mow Like a Pro sales event, you can save up to $2,000 and receive special financing on select models of America's most rugged and dependable commercial lawnmowers, including the Big Pro Turn 600. But hurry, the Mow Like a Pro sales event is for a limited time only, and only at Precision Small Engines in Bolivar.
Precision Small Engines in Bolivar.
Welcome to Coral Supply in Bolivar. Coral Supply and Kubota have stepped up to get you the Kubota tractor you need.
Right now, get 0 APR, 0 down for up to 60 months on the L2502 package at Coral Supply in Bolivar, equipped with box blade, bush hog, and 18-foot trailer, now through 12/30/24. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
At Coral Supply in Bolivar, we make it simple to buy a new Kubota tractor.
We're back here at Great Southern Arena, and the second half has already started. And just like we talked about, Greenwood goes right to Clark in the lane. He gets a 2-footer off the glass, and Greenwood's cut this lead to 5. Greenwood back to their 1-2-2 defense. It's a little softer. Here's Casey on the right wing. Not as much pressure. Looks like they're going to try to maybe keep us out of the lane and let us keep shooting the ball from the perimeter. Brody at the top, over to Casey in front of our bench. Casey cross court to Giglio. He drives. Kicks it over to Colton, throws it at his feet. Colton scrambles, tries to get out of there, and he's going to get
timeout. Robbie got the timeout.
Yeah, Coach Hoy calls the timeout there.
I thought they were going to get him for traveling, rolling on his bottom. So they get the 30-second timeout, and just exactly what we said there. And they set a play down there, put Clark in the low block, and he got the easy bucket. And we are going to have to convert right here. Big timeout. Good job by Robbie to get that called, keep us in the possession of the ball and get a chance.
Yeah, our lead is down to 5 points here, and you can definitely feel the momentum has shifted. And, this is probably going to be a game of runs here. And
we just got to settle down.
Yeah.
We're just playing kind of over anxious right now. We're kind of playing half scared. And, we haven't really seen that all tournament. So we just got to settle down and get back in our groove here, and we'll be just fine.
Bolivar with the ball into their own basket. Brody Ingold to inbound. Casey to the baseline corner, takes the three, and that goes. That's a big shot by Gardner Casey. Excellent play out of the timeout by Coach Hoig, and that's what we needed, folks. We extend the pressure now. Now we can play defense. Kicks it, Greenwood kicks it out to Harrell, and he's got an answer from three. 29-24 Bolivar. Brody at the top of the key, over to Casey on the left wing. Back to Brody, to Giglio in front of our bench. Brody thought about the three from the bare head.
That's where he shot it yesterday.
Adams in the corner, out top to Gardner. They're letting us pass the ball wherever we want to right now. Here's Brody Ingold for three from the left wing.
Oh, in and out.
No good. And Greenwood clears the rebound.
He ought to get a point and a half on that.
Yeah, seriously. Sanders brings it across the timeline. Guarded by Brody. Dribbles left, hits Harrell. Harrell into Clark in the short corner. One-on-one with Adams. Turns, fall away, and kicks it out to Frederick. Frederick for three off the back iron. Brody Ingold with the rebound. And he's going to bring it across the timeline, and Gardner's going to reset it. Gardner over to Giglio on the right wing. Over to Brody, back to Gardner to Giglio. Colton working hard down in the post. Here's Adam. It's a high post. There's that high-low I was talking about.
Oh.
Gardner tries to throw it to Giglio. It's picked off by Harrell. Harrell to Hetzler, and Hetzler lays it in for Greenwood to cut the lead to 3 with 5:42 to go here in the third period. Greenwood crowd is into it, making a lot of noise here. Bolivar needs to answer. Adams in the corner. Out to Casey. Drives. Back to Adams for 3. Kenyon Adams, he in and out, no good. There's Colton Ingold with the rebound, and he scores. I don't know how he does it, but he just continues to get rebounds in there. Here's Greenwood quickly back to the other end, and Frederick, he throws it off the bottom of the rim, and is that Clark?
That's Clark.
And Clark with the follow-up rebound and shot to keep the game at a 3-point lead for the Liberators.
Yeah, Colton Ingold was playing so big in the paint.
He really is. Bolivar around the horn. Casey drives left baseline, kicks it out to Brody Ingold at the top, over to Giglio in front of our bench on the right wing. He's trying to get out, just harassed over there by Harrell. Giglio out to Brody Ingold at the top of the key. Greenwood really content to be in that 1-2-2 zone. Ingold fires a long one from 3. It's short. Harrell to the other end. Passes to Hetzler. Hetzler back to Harrell. Harrell for 3 from the right wing. Misses it. Colton Ingold with the rebound, and he's going to dribble up the court. He's going to bring it across half court, and Brody's going to settle things down a little bit here. They're letting us throw the ball around wherever we want to down here. We just got to take care of it and get the shot we want.
They're going to bring Wyatt Campbell in, and we may go to 2 bigs and go to a high-low, maybe get something in the paint.
Colton Ingold for 3 from the corner, and it's in and out and off of the Liberators, and that's going to go back to Greenwood.
Guys, you can kind of tell this is the third day of basketball in a row. We're getting a little tired. So it's going to come down to whoever can buckle up here and endure through this game and get to the days of rest here.
Greenwood back with the ball. Clark out top, heavily guarded by Colton Ingold. Colton doesn't need to pick up his third. Between the legs about 14 times for Clark. Fall-away jumper from 17 feet, off balance, and goes into the bottom of the net.
Ingold couldn't have played any better defense on him, but he just can't defend 6'7".
No. Bolivar back with the ball. Casey at the top of the key. Brody Ingold on the right wing. Nice touch pass into Colton, and that's going to be Hetzler picking up his
first personal foul.
Good ball movement there by Bolivar.
Campbell didn't check in, but he replaced Guy Adams, so they're not going to go with the 2 bigs.
Kenyon. Here's Giglio from the corner for 3, off the back iron. Bolivar fighting for the rebound. Brody gets the rebound, kicks it over to Giglio. He penetrates down the middle, and he's going to pick up a charge.
I'll call a charge on him.
Good position by Sanders to pick up that charge on Giglio. 3:26 to go here in the third period. Bolivar 31, Greenwood 30. Guys, we got to get this momentum changed. You can still, we're just a little off right now, and We just got to keep working. So we got to work through it. And the kind of team we have, I think we'll get it done, but we'll see.
Got to get the sweat off the floor so it's not so slippery.
Yeah, we need a big defensive possession right here. Need a big stop.
We're wiping up the floor, and Bolivar's going to pick up full court pressure, full court man-to-man. I like this. And here we go. Greenwood to inbound.
They send a runner, and he was open.
Whew, that was Colin Clark, too, so we might have had a throw down there.
Here's Sanders across the timeline. Dribbling out at the top, down to the right baseline, into Clark in the right post. Casey comes underneath and picks it away from Clark, but he was out of bounds when he picked him. That's great help side defense by Gardner Casey. Good heads-up play. Well, we're just going to have to keep doubling him like that in the post. And I'm sure that's what Coach Hoig is trying to do, get that help side over there to help out. Greenwood to inbound. Lob it up to Clark. Colton cuts underneath him. Clark gets it anyway. He misses the shot, tries to get his own rebound, and tips it out of bounds. Good defensive possession by Bolivar.
You know, I got to laugh. Colin Clark is so tall, man. Like, I mean, he just out-jumped him like nothing and just made it look easy.
Big offensive possession here for the Liberators. They've got to convert up by 1.
Well, Greenwood extends that 1-2-2, catches it off guard, but cannot dribble it there. Giglio turns it over in the trap. Here's Greenwood for 3. Misses. Gardner Casey with the rebound. He's going to dribble up to the middle of the court quickly. Out to Brody on the left wing. Back to Giglio to Casey. Casey to Brody Engel for 3 again on the left wing. In and out, no good. There's Colton battling for the rebound. He gets a ball tipped, and we get another offensive rebound. Out to Casey on the right wing. In and out, no good from 3. And there's Wyatt Campbell, great rebound. And he just can't get it to go. And Greenwood's Clark will clear for the rebound. What a great possession by Bolivar.
The only thing bad about it was we didn't get it in the hole.
Couldn't get it to go. And Colton better get off of him a little bit, or he's going to pick up his 3rd foul. Here's Hetzler inside, short, and he's going to...
He got his 3rd foul.
Colton's going to pick up his 3rd on Hetzler. Missed it from about 3 feet, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
My eyes aren't good enough to see from here. It looked like he got the ball, but he must have got him with his body, too.
Yeah, I think he got him with the body. So Hetzler's going to go to the line for 2. This will be his first 2 free throws of the game. You know, not really a lot of scoring here in this 3rd quarter. Just a lot of good defense on both ends of the floor. A lot of up and down. You can tell both teams are kind of just out of breath. Like I said, this is 3rd day in a row, so it's going to come down to who can endure it more.
Well, in Greenwood only playing 5 guys, where the Liberators are playing 7 or 8, and you can tell they're getting tired.
Hetzler rolls in both free throws. That gives Greenwood their first lead of the game. Greenwood 32, Bolivar 31. 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Greenwood's going to set back. They're kind of picking and choosing when they're going to play that 1-2-2 and extend it. It's kind of the soft 1-2-2 this time. Ingold out front with the ball. Back to Casey. Left wing. Brody back to Casey on the left wing. Just dribbles out up top. Greenwood content to let us dribble it out top.
Well, at this point, you might as well play for 1 if they're going to let you do that. Maybe save some legs for the 4th quarter.
Campbell in the corner. Nice cut by Colton Ingold. Misses the layup. Probably thought Clark was going to be there, and he just went up a little quick with it. Clark with the rebound. Colton needs to get on out.
He just picked up 4.
Colton just getting a little anxious there. That's going to be Colton's 4th foul, and he's going to have to take a seat. Connor Neal will come into the game for the Liberators. Colton just a little frustrated that he missed the shot. And
I think you're right. I think he was expecting the pressure from Clark, and he wasn't there, and it just kind of throws you off when you're expecting to have some pressure on you.
Yeah. Here's Hetzler trying to bring the ball up against Casey. Oh, nice job by Gardner, making him turn it. He's turned him 3 times. Great job by Gardner. Sanders with the ball on the right wing. Dribbles to the top. Over to Hetzler. Hetzler trying to get the ball into Clark. Neal doing a good job. Cross court to Frederick. Frederick to Sanders, and Sanders going to penetrate and get draw the foul. You know, we're just going to have to keep our hands off, guys. We're reaching in a little bit, a little frustrated right now, and
That's going to be Gardner Casey's second personal of the game. So, which brings team foul number 4. So next foul is automatic 2 shots for them. Looks like Cade Rainey is going to check in for the game, and Gardner Casey's going to take a seat on the bench.
50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Greenwood leads 32-31. Hetzler out top with the ball, guarded by Giglio. Bolivar in the man-to-man. Now Clark at the top, gives it up to back to Harrell. Harrell to Frederick, back to Harrell. Clark working hard in the post. Neal's doing a good job on him. Around the horn, 28 seconds to go. Sanders dribbles down the middle of the lane, kicks it out to Harrell. Harrell for 3, short. Oh, nice job. Giglio gets a hand on the ball, tips it out, and Bolivar controls the rebound with 16 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Brody walks it across the timeline with 10. They're forcing him left. Wyatt Campbell at the top. He dribbles, and Wyatt's going to get, they're going to pick up a foul trying to get to the basket there.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to go on number 20, Logan Sanders.
Smart foul there by Sanders, really, because Wyatt was going to get an open look there at the buzzer.
And it stops the play with 5 seconds. Now we got to set up and get a shot off in 5.
5.8 to go. Giglio to inbound. To Ingold. 1 dribble to the left, and he's excellent job. It's another foul, though. Brody picks up gets Hetzler to step in front of him, and Hetzler commits the foul. But still, though, if it was the fourth quarter, it'd be better, but it doesn't really matter here in the third quarter with the new rule changes because you can give up those fouls, and that's what Greenwood's doing here. It's really smart on their part. 3.6 to go. Brody to inbound.
First substitution of the game for the
to Giglio.
Greenwood.
Giglio from half court gets foul. That's really smart on Matt Giglio's part. He took a dribble and didn't act like he was going to shoot it, and then real quickly threw it toward the basket. And
yeah, that's a great basketball play there by Matthew, and going to send him to the line. And hey, we got a chance to take the lead and go into the fourth quarter up 2.
1 second to go here in the third quarter, and Matt's going to go to the line and shoot 3. That foul was on Greenwood's substitution.
Yes, Greenwood substitution. I don't have a name on him because they've literally played 5 players only, so I'll get his
That goes
name.
Against Cooper Morgan.
Cooper Morgan.
Giglio misses the first free throw. Now for the second one. Good.
All right, let's get this one, Matthew. Go up by 1 with 1 quarter to play.
Misses the first one. He gets the second one to go, and here's the third one to give Bolivar the lead here in the third quarter. And he got it. Nothing but net. 1 second, and Clark will just take it, and he won't get the shot off. And
he went too
far. Pretty close.
Yeah, it wouldn't have counted, folks. That ball was he still had it in his hands a long time after that thing went off. So after 3 quarters, Bolivar 33, Greenwood 32, and this is Your Country 99.
Sometimes it gets messy out there. When it does, call Southwest Sewer and Septic, your local heroes for emergency septic pumping, septic cleaning, and sewer line repairs. Plus, they now offer porta potties for your job site or special event. For more information, visit southwestsewerandseptic.com or call 417-326-4330. That's 417-326-4330. Southwest Sewer and Septic. They make the dirty work easy. Proud sponsors of Liberator Sports.
You know what they say, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Well, that's great, except when it comes to electricity. Better call Warwick Electric, locally owned and operated since 2005. Warwick offers all types of electrical service, both commercial and residential, using top quality materials and following current electrical codes. They're fully insured and licensed, so you can trust them with your electrical needs. Don't do it yourself. Call Warwick Electric today at 417-327-3674.
You're listening to 99.1 KYOO, halfway, 1200 AM KYOO, and 102.9 K275 CD, Bolivar.
Welcome back, Liberator fans. We're here live from Great Southern Bank Arena. Your Liberators leading here at the start of the fourth quarter, 33-32, here in this Gold Division semifinal, and we'll take possession of the ball here to start the fourth quarter.
Greenwood back to the 1-2-2. It's the soft one. Bolivar allowed to dribble it out top as much as they want to. Clark defending Campbell in the corner. Now around the horn. Back to the top to Casey at the top. Giglio to Casey to Brody Ingold on the left wing. Campbell flashes the high post. Evans now flashes the high post. We're content to hold the ball out front. Bolivar with a 1-point lead. 7:27 to go. Coach Hoyd calling out a play. Brody just dribbling at the top. Greenwood content to let us dribble out here.
Yeah, when you're on day 3 of this tournament, if they're not going to guard you, just run some time off, kind of rest here.
High ball screen by Wyatt Campbell. Reverse pivot to Gardner Casey. Casey to Giglio. He dribbles out to the front. Gives it up to Brody Ingold. Back to Brody. To Wyatt Campbell for 3. Got it! Big shot by Wyatt Campbell to give Bolivar a 4-point lead with 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Man, guys, that was a huge shot by Wyatt Campbell. Great ball movement by the Liberators to get the shot. And here's Wyatt. Oh, they're going to call a block on Wyatt. Almost had position to pick up the charge there.
I kind of thought it looked like he threw his elbow out, man.
Well, he does do that a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and like I said, he reminds me of Kyle Polk. Kyle Polk could use the elbow better than anybody.
Yeah. Well, Colton Ingold checks back into the game for the Liberators. He has 4 fouls. It's going to be really important that Colton doesn't pick up his 5th foul here and stays in the game. Looks like they're going to put him on. No, he's going to switch. Wyatt's going to guard Clark, and Colton's going to pick up on Frederick. That's probably a smart move there. Clark with the ball out top. Wyatt Campbell doing a good job. Yeah, doing a good job. Reverse pivot, kicks it out to Frederick. That's who we want shooting it. He barely catches the rim. Bolivar comes up with the rebound, and there's Colton Ingold again with a great hustle. Clark undercuts him and picks up the foul.
Looks like that's going to be Clark's 2nd personal foul of the game.
Big play by Colton. Is there a substitute for hustle?
Nope.
There really isn't, in there.
Can't teach it, and there's no substitution for it.
I tell you this, Colton, he likes to win. Brody across the timeline. Now Greenwood's going to try that trap again. We got to get the ball, keep the ball moving. Here's Giglio on the baseline. Oh, nice pass to Casey. Drives down the lane. It's blocked by Clark. Clark outlets to Frederick. Frederick to Sanders. Sanders for 3. He misses it. Ball's tipped around. Wyatt Campbell comes up with it. Outlets to Giglio and back to Brody to settle us down.
Yeah, great job by the Liberators getting back and getting a big defensive stop here with 6 minutes left to play in the game.
And right now, if you get on the board here, that puts a little bit of pressure on Greenwood because now they're down by 6, maybe 7.
That's right.
And you start thinking a little bit harder about that.
They're extending their pressure a little bit more, a little more active in this 1-2-2 zone now, but we're content to dribble it out top. Ingold has it at the top of the key over to Casey in front of Coach Hoig. Casey and Brody just playing catch back and forth. Greenwood content to let us do it. 5:20 to play, 36-32. Now Greenwood extends the defense. Campbell in the corner, nice bounce pass into Colton Ingold. And that's going to be Frederick picking up a foul, trying to defend Ingold in the post.
Yeah, that's going to be Frederick's 3rd personal foul, and I believe the 3rd team foul on the Blue Jays.
I think that's the 2nd.
Oh, just a second of the.
That scoreboard's hard to read. You see the 3.
Ingold inbounds to Casey in the corner in front of our bench, and he cans the 3 to give Bolivar a 7-point lead with 5:05 to go. Big shot by Gardner. How do you not guard that? He was wide open, and he hits the wide open shot. Here's Clark from about 35. He's short. Giglio with the rebound.
And they put Casey on Clark that time. I thought that might be a good matchup, as physical as Casey is, and now he's got fouls to give as well.
Absolutely. Oh, Giglio with the pass to Ingold. He bounce passes to Wyatt Campbell for the layup. Great ball movement. We gutted that defense that time with the pass right down the middle, and here comes Clark to the other end. He forces it down the lane, and that's going to be a foul on...
I think we're going to call that on Campbell. That's 3 on Wyatt.
Yeah, that's 3 on Wyatt.
Yeah.
But guys, we're kind of getting our fire back. I like it.
Yeah, I like the way this is going right now. 4:35 to go. Bolivar 41, Greenwood 32. And we're going to get an illegal pick on Frederick from Greenwood, trying to get a screen on Gardner Casey to get Clark open, and it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, Frederick's going to go to the bench with 4 fouls. And we're 2 fouls away, guys, from being on the charity stripe the rest of the game.
Greenwood's going to extend their pressure. The 2-2-1 zone press. Bolivar, Casey and Ingold back and forth. Greenwood really extending it. Now across half court. Giglio thought about the three, and he took that stutter step, and they're going to get called for traveling.
And now again with 4:22 left, they're down by 9. It starts tightening up a little bit.
It really does. We just need to keep playing solid defense, not fouling. Sanders at the top, picked off by Giglio. He steps out, he gets in the passing lane, he makes the steal, and that's Sanders on the foul.
That's going to be Sanders' third personal foul. And
is that going to send us to the line?
Nope.
No, we got one more.
We got one more. I cannot have trouble with that scoreboard. I see it now. Greenwood with a timeout.
I don't think we need to go anywhere. Let's keep it right here.
Right here.
We can run ads at the end of it. We don't want to miss anything here.
Well, if you're just listening, this game is getting tight. Bolivar really responding well to, just a third quarter that was pretty bland. We had trouble getting any kind of momentum. We couldn't get any shots to go. And, here in the fourth quarter, Campbell gets a three to go to get us going. And then Casey hits the three, and Giglio now with the
Campbell
steal.
Underneath, wide open.
Yeah.
And as they extend that, Dwayne, as you said, somebody's going to be left wide open underneath. And you get a couple of dinks like that, and then it's really going to get tight for the Greenwood Blue Jays.
Right. And like you guys said, we were about 12 to 14 minutes there at kind of towards the end of the second quarter, end of the third quarter. We kind of just looked dead. We were tired, but now our fire, we're hitting shots again. Our fire's kind of back up, and, things have fallen in our place, so we just got to take control here. We got 4:11 left in the contest. Just take control, value the basketball, continue to get good shots, and we're going to be on our way to victory to a championship game.
I may be using some old terms, Matt. I call it getting it in the gut of the defense. I always felt like that's where I wanted the ball. If I could get it in the gut of the defense, then, they have a hard time responding to that. So Bolivar's possession here. Casey crosses half court on the dribble. All the way down the lane, tries to get it out to Campbell. He does. Out to Giglio at the top and back to Brody at the top of the key. Greenwood really extending the pressure. Oh, nice cut by Giglio at the free throw line. Kicks it out to Colton Ingold for a 12-footer. He's short. Clark with the rebound. Clark kicks it out to Sanders. Sanders back to Harrell. Harrell back to Sanders. Sanders with a deep three. Got it to go. Oh, great ball movement. Great pass by Harrell. And that cuts the lead to 6 with 3:38 to go.
When that left his hand, I'd have bet the Farmer wasn't going to go in, but it did.
Greenwood extends the defense again, and Bolivar gets the pressure handled. Gardner Casey cuts down the middle of the floor, back to Brody out top to Giglio at the center court.
Well, the game's going to come down to taking care of the ball and making free throws.
It is. I would like for us just to take another half a second as we pass the ball. We're moving it a little bit too quick. That's when you get in trouble. Here we go. We're slowing it down a little bit. Brody handles the ball out top at half court. Now Gardner. Gardner dribbles left wing through the middle of the lane, kicks it out to Giglio. 3 minutes to go. Colton at the free throw line, back out to his brother out top. Really making Greenwood run here. We're going to get an easy one if we keep working it here. That's what Coach Hoag's hoping for. We're just passing it back to back at the top. Now to Giglio. Now to Colton at the free throw line. He's going to get Wyatt down underneath here in just a second.
Colton in the high post. If he turns around, Wyatt Campbell's wide open.
Fans don't like it. Coach Hoag could care less.
Well, and here's the deal. This has been Greenwood's MO, was to take the air out of the ball for many years. So.
And we took the air out, and Clark comes out top to foul, and he's going to put Colton Ingold at the line. Or is it Gardner?
Yeah,
Gardner's going to go to the line. With 2:31 to go here, the fans do not like it, but it's not about what the fans like, folks. It's about what you got to do to win the basketball game.
Yeah, great job there by the Liberators. They probably took at least about a minute and 15
off of the
clock.
And that's the way you have to end it. Gardner hits the first free throw. I'll tell you what, as long as we hit these free throws, it's going to be hard to catch us here.
You guys have heard me enough say it. Make your free throws, win your games.
That's right.
Exactly
Second one's up. Nothing but net for Gardner. Nice job. Casey hits both free throws, and Bolivar will pick up full court pressure. Clark with the ball. He's going to pressure it. See, I don't like that head throwing back like that. They've got that new flop rule, and just because you throw your head back doesn't mean you should pick up a foul. But I do think.
Right, no, I agree with you completely, and that's going to give Campbell his 4th personal foul of the game.
I do think
the Liberators.
I do think Campbell fouled him. I'm not criticizing the officiating, but you just can't throw your head back and expect to get a foul. Greenwood with the ball. Clark on the left wing, outside of the 3-point line. Stops, pops, short. Rebound to Hetzler. Hetzler to Harrell in the right corner. Hetzler drills all the way around the left side, off the glass, and good.
But they took 30 seconds off the clock to get that score.
Yeah, and Casey pushing the ball up. See, that's where I think we need to slow down just a little bit. There's no reason to push it that hard, and Casey gets his right elbow out and extends it and gets the offensive foul called against him.
That's 3 on Gardner. Casey, 4 on the Liberators. Wyatt Campbell will take a seat, and Connor Neal will replace him.
It's 43-37, a minute 54 to go here in the 4th to get to the championship game of the Blue and Gold tournament. Clark out front, guarded by Colton Ingold. Clark right, left dribble, pulls up from 3, off the back iron. Ingold does not block him out. Clark gets his rebound and goes all the way to the basket. We just need to slow down. Don't need to go too fast here. Greenwood picking up the full court press, and Clark reaches in and fouls Casey. And that'll put Gardner back at the line with the Liberators leading by 4 with a minute 35 to go.
And I believe that's going to give Clark his 4th foul of the game.
Yep.
Well, as you said, Matt, got to make free throws. You know, that's what I was saying all day yesterday. We got to make our free throws and come out victorious here. It's going to be a long minute and 35 seconds.
There's a senior.
Casey with nothing but the bottom of the net. He hits the first free throw.
He's got to have close to 15 points, doesn't he, Shania?
Yeah, so we got him at 16.
Gardner trying to get his 17th point here. It's his 4th free throw in a row here in the clutch. Great job by Gardner. Bolivar up by 6. Here comes Clark over to Harrell. Harrell down the right side to the block, into the lane, kicks it out to Sanders. He misses a 3. Casey with the rebound, and they're trying to foul him. He kicks it out to Gardner, or to Brody, and Coach Hoig's going to get a timeout.
Oh, man.
Well, we got a full timeout here, and we'll send it back for the station for just maybe 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Yeah.
Minute 21 to go here in the 4th. Bolivar leads 45-39, and this is your Country 99.
Navigating ever-changing tax regulations can be difficult, but not with the Winfield Tax Service. They've been serving Southwest Missouri for 60 years and are 4 generations strong. From individual to business tax needs, plus bookkeeping and payroll services all year round. They've got it all. Call 326-3326 or visit in person. Located on the northeast corner of the Bolivar Square. Winfield Tax Service, your destination for stress-free taxes.
Welcome back, Liberator fans. We're here live at the Great Southern Bank Arena on the campus of Missouri State University, bringing you the 79th Annual Blue and Gold Tournament. We're here in the Gold Division semifinal. Your Liberators taking on the Blue Jays. And right now they secure a 6-point lead, 45-39, with 1:21 left here in the ball game.
We are set for an exciting finish once again with the Liberators against the Blue Jays. Bolivar's ball. We have to go the length of the court. We inbound it to Colton Ingold and Greenwood in the box press. Ingold to Ingold. Colton dribbles to the middle, kicks it out to Gardner Casey on the right wing. We handle the pressure well. Now Greenwood trying to foul. Don't get it done. Nice ball movement by Bolivar over to Giglio. And now Harrell's going to commit the foul against Giglio and put him at the line. What's Matt tonight from the line?
Matt tonight from the line is 3 for 5.
3 for 5.
2 big ones right here for the junior.
You bet.
They put Campbell back in the game offensively, taking Connor Neal out, as Campbell's got 4 fouls and Giglio drains it.
Tell you what, that's a good shot by Giglio. He gets the first one to go. Okay, we're gonna see how the second one goes. I'm not going to do what most announcers do, and that second one goes. Nice job by Matt Giglio. That's 6 in a row for Bolivar from the line. A minute to go, folks. 47-39. Clark with the ball out top, trying to get out in the lane, kicks it out to Sanders. Sanders hits the 3-point shot from the corner, and Coach Taylor wants a timeout with 52.6 seconds to go. 47-42, Bolivar with a 5-point lead. Big shot there by Sanders.
It's a full, so we can go back. Let's go back for 30 seconds again.
Yeah, we'll go back for 30 seconds. You're watching Bolivar Liberator basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on YourCountry99.
Midmo Bank loves Ozark families. You see it when you walk into any of their 13 Southwest Missouri locations. I mean, have you seen their community-focused Facebook pages? With unique products like their Treehouse Club savings accounts for kids or the parent-approved debit card checking accounts for preteens, Mid-Missouri Bank provides real-life financial literacy opportunities to the young people in your life. Stop in today and see how Midmo can help. Or open an account online in minutes at openaccounts.midmobank.com. Mid-Missouri Bank, member FDIC.
Back here with semifinal action from the Blue and Gold 79th Blue and Gold tournament. Another exciting game. We're down here to the finish. We got 52.6 seconds to go. Bolivar 47, Greenwood 42. Both teams will be in the bonus the rest of this quarter, so any foul puts the other team at the free throw line. Bolivar will inbound, having to go full court. Ingold to Ingold. Full court press by Greenwood. Looks like they changed to a diamond press this time. Back and forth. Ingold gets it across the timeline. He's in a trap, and Coach Hoig wants a timeout. And that's probably a good timeout because Colton was trapped. And, you know, Robbie saves those timeouts so he can help save the game. He's
so right now, Bolivar has 2 timeouts left after that one. Coach Darren Taylor and the Greenwood Blue Jays with 1 timeout remaining. That could be crucial, too. It
could be.
Because they're going to need probably 2 timeouts.
They are.
And we were able to also take off about 6 or 7 seconds there, too, kind of just walking the ball up the floor, being patient. So we're in a really good spot right now. We just got to continue to take care of the ball. And, you know, they're going to come out. If they don't get a steal, they're going to foul us immediately. So we got to make free throws down the stretch here like we have been.
I'm going to have to correct myself. They hadn't taken that time off. So both teams with 1 timeout remaining.
Okay. Well, you know, if you're Coach Darren Taylor, you know, you got to be looking at the stat sheet, looking and saying, oh, who's Bolivar got on the floor? Who do we want to foul? And you've got plenty of time here to foul the guy that you want to. And, you know, if you're Coach Robbie Hoy, you got to be looking at who's my best free throw shooters. Let's keep the ball in their hands. But, you know, Gardner Casey, he's hit 4 in a row. Matt Giglio's hit 2 in a row.
Well, we don't have anybody that can't shoot the free throws on the floor right now.
We're in great shape with the guys we've got on the floor here. Colton Ingold, the inbound in front of the Bolivar bench. Inbound to Casey at half court. He's got to get out of the trap, get rid of it. And he does to Giglio. Cross court. Giglio holds it. Just trying to wait for the foul, it looks like. And Greenwood's content to let us throw it around. Campbell on the baseline. 1 dribble in, kicks it back out to Ingold. And now Harrell's going to foul Brody Ingold here at the top. Hey, 15 seconds off the clock. That's huge.
Well, good move by Wyatt Campbell. He had an easy layup, but he knew we need to burn time. He got it back out. Now we'll get one of the best free throw shooters on the team at stripe for 2 to score with no time running.
Brody Ingold.
That foul's going to go against Harrell. That'll be his 3rd personal of the game. Right now, it doesn't probably matter much. But
Brody's been kind of quiet today. Brody's our leading scorer, and he misses the first free throw off the back iron. 26.2 seconds to go. Ingold for the second one. It's up, and it's good. That gives Bolivar a 6-point lead. That's a big shot that he just hit. 25 seconds to go, 48-42. Clark down the left side, dribbling into the lane now. Stops, pulls it, hits a layup. It's good. And Greenwood will burn their last timeout.
And Wyatt Campbell just had to stand there with 4 fouls. He couldn't really defend on Clark, and he just let him go to the rack wisely.
Yeah. Well, that's the last time Greenwood can stop the clock with their timeouts. They're out of timeouts now with 16.6 to go. Be interesting to see what Coach
Now,
Taylor...
yesterday we had this situation, and we sent somebody long, and they got the ball all the way to the release.
That was an incredible play. Coach Hoy drew that up out of the timeout, and I guarantee you no one in the gym expected that. And I'm telling you, that might have been, other than the 3-point shot that won the game for us, that might have been the biggest play of the game right there. And people don't even understand that, you know.
Well, I went back and watched the play that we threw it deep on, and Coach Hoig is such a great basketball coach. There were 2 options on that play. That's something that, you know, a guy taught me that very same thing. You know, you ball screen, you have a high-low ball screen to get the ball in bounds, and that the screener, he slips the screen, and that's what Gardner did yesterday and went long. And the thing about it is if they go with him, then Brody's going to be open to get the ball, and there's a great read by I think Gardner, or Colton that threw the ball in bounds. So, all right, we're ready for play. 16.6 to go. Bolivar to inbound. Here comes Brody. Inbound is made, and that's going to be Sanders picking up the foul for Greenwood with 15.5 to go, and Bolivar up by 4.
That's going to be Sanders' 4th personal of the game. And what better kid do you want to go to the line than Brody Ingold here?
Yeah, Brody won for his last 2. He's been a little bit long. Hopefully he can make an adjustment here. I think he will. He does.
And usually on the 3rd game in 3 days, you're a little bit short.
That's right.
In the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
He was a little long.
He's got a lot of adrenaline flowing probably. So Brody for the second one to give Bolivar a 6-point lead here with 15 seconds. He got it. 15.5 to go. Bolivar with the full court pressure. Harrell to Clark. Clark guarded by Ingold. Clark all the way to the basket, lays it in with 7.6, and Bolivar can just hold the ball out of bounds. That's Clark. That's got to be a technical foul. Yeah. So what happened, you guys that are listening, what happened is the ball got made, the shot was made, and Bolivar took a little bit of time trying to get it out of bounds, which was smart because Greenwood can't stop the clock, and Clark reaches across the in line and taps it to Brody, and Brody doesn't take it, and then Coach Hoyt calls a timeout with 2.5 seconds to go. It's 50-46, and it's going to be Bolivar's ball with the need to go the length of the court.
And now might be the time to go long.
I was getting ready to say,
even if you touch it, they got to go the length.
Right.
All you got to do is make contact with it.
Well, and it's a 2-possession game, so this game is pretty well in the books as long as we don't throw it away and foul a 3-point shooter. Because even if Greenwood picks this thing off, it doesn't really matter. I heard a story one time about a coach that he just threw it into the other team and let them dunk it,
and then just walked off
the court and won by 2. So. That's not a bad idea. If Ingold just hands this thing to Clark and lets him make it, the game's over with. So Gardner, here we are the inbound. Casey sets the screen. Wyatt Campbell comes down the sideline, and Colton Ingold gets the pass into Campbell, and he'll get fouled. Is that Hetzler?
Yep, that's Hetzler. His 3rd personal of the game.
Hetzler picks up his 3rd, and that's going to do it, folks. Bolivar is going to go to the championship game of the 79th annual Blue and Gold tournament as an unseeded team. I wonder when the last time that's happened.
I bet it's been a while.
Well, I think it was, 20 years since an unseeded team had knocked off a number 1. Campbell to shoot the first free throw and gets it to go. And
yes, it actually had been 20 years to the point. Ash Grove. I've seen Ash Grove was the last team to knock off a number 1 team.
Well, the celebrations begin for the Liberators as Campbell hits the second one with 1.4 to go, and Greenwood will just inbound, and Clark will pick it up and heave it from 3-quarter court, and he misses it, and your Bolivar Liberators are going to the championship game of the Blue and Gold tournament. We can't say enough about these guys. We will be back in just a minute with a post-game show. Your Bolivar Liberators advance to the championship game 52-46 over Greenwood, and you are listening to Bolivar Liberator Sports on MoSportsZone.com, and you're listening to Your Country 99.
At Animal Care Clinic, they're not just another veterinary clinic. They're your pet's best friend. Their team, led by Doctors Levin and Lindsay Roten, offer top-notch care for all animals, big and small. From intensive care and checkups to pet supplies and grooming, they've got it covered. Keep your furry friend healthy and happy. Schedule an appointment today at animalcarebolivar.com. That's animalcarebolivar.com. Animal Care Clinic. Their name says it all.
What would happen to your kids, home, finances, or even your business in an unexpected life event? At Ankrum Law, we understand that planning for the future is a gift to your loved ones. This is Jesse Ankrum, and I'm ready to help you secure your legacy with expert guidance in estate planning. From wills to trust, we provide comprehensive solutions tailored to your unique needs. For more information or to book your free estate planning consultation, visit AnkramLawFirm.com. Ankrum Law, helping you protect what matters most.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement.
No matter where this season takes you, the Bank of Missouri is here. We know a better life begins with a secure financial future. As a community bank, we work with you to understand your priorities and the changes that affect your finances. So wherever life takes you, we're here to help, just like we have been for 130 years. Get started at bankofmissouri.com. Live well, play well, bank well.
Mr. Google wants you to think you can fix your car on the internet. If you can just figure out what's wrong without talking to those greedy dealers, you'll save lots of money. At Bill Grant Ford, our appointment book fills every week with people who started on Google. And you might be surprised to know the labor rate in our shop is not the highest in town. What we can do for you is bring experience and training to a world filled with internet noise. We encourage you to be informed when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. And when your vehicle starts asking for help, see why it's better in Bolivar at Bill Grant Ford.
Welcome back, Liberator fans. If you're just tuning in, I've got great news. The Liberators have advanced to the championship game of the Blue and Gold tournament by defeating the Greenwood Blue Jays 52-46. Shania, Matt, what a fantastic game. You know, we played great for 3 quarters. That's the third quarter. The last part of the second quarter, most of the third quarter, we didn't quite get it going, but we withstood the run by the Blue Jays and, kind of bounced back there in the fourth quarter and regained control.
Just another great team effort all the way across. This is a team that averages 68 points a game. We hold them to 46 and come away with the victory. And how many different kids scored for us? 6?
Yes, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we had 6 different kids score for us.
Well, the way the game started, Clark was the only one that scored the first, I think it was their first 17 points. He had all of them, but we had a 26-9 lead or something like that, and they didn't have enough other guys contributing in the first half, and that's really where the game was won.
Yeah. And the Liberators just kept playing good defense. Had some trouble taking care of the ball, but Greenwood was pressuring on it as well. Get a little bit tired, as we said, third game in a row. But we talked about it pregame. This is the biggest game of the tournament. They're on house money now. They're playing in the ship. Yep. And, now they can get a day's rest. And they're going to take on either Willard or Republic. One of the Tigers is there on the floor here. Willard with a buzzer beater to upset Hartville yesterday, and Republic, the 2 seed, cruising to this semifinal.
Right. Well, like you guys said, it's been a long 3 days of basketball, and I've sat here and watched. Let's see, we've played 12 quarters of basketball in 3 games, and I can say we've only, out of the 12, we've had 1 bad quarter out of the 12. And that's what you got to do. This is a long tournament. It's a 4 very tough days, and to be able to get to the championship, I mean, it's quite the honor, and especially the way we've done it, coming in unseeded, not very well respected. We kind of had a rough start to begin with, and we've kind of found our mojo now, and we've got guys that have bought in. They play their role. They play unselfish basketball, and that's what's got us into the championship game for Monday night.
Dwayne, we called the Lebanon game the last game before this tournament, and we talked about it there. I think if they'd have seeded this tournament a week later, Bolivar would have been seeded.
I think you're right.
Just everything that was going on with Coach Hoyt. We got a team. The Engle boys are back. Those guys hadn't played together for a year. Basically, Gardner Casey was the only one that had played varsity much for the Liberators. They kind of had to find themselves, and their team is going to be reckoned with.
Yeah, well, and Gardner starts the season with the high ankle sprain from football, and he's not 100% those first couple of weeks. And so Bolivar really getting it together. Our 8th win in a row today, and the Robbie Hoig philosophy of basketball with the team really makes a difference when you get in positions like this, because they really came together. You're always going to face adversity, and it's not whether you're going to face adversity or not. You're going to, and then how are you going to deal with that? And as a basketball team that works together and plays together, that adversity, when it comes, if you can fight through it and you can win through that adversity, man, great things will happen for you.
And also, as you do that, you become better each time you fight through it and win it.
That's right.
I've said it for years. Bolivar does not fully comprehend how lucky we are to have Coach Hoyt. I mean, he coached my oldest son in junior high. I've been around a long time. He taught my kids. He coached your kids. Yeah. You were taught by him, Shania, at school. You can't say enough about the guy. not only as a basketball coach, but just his character and what he teaches the kids, and that's why we get in these championship games.
That's right.
Yeah, no, you don't see very many coaches, being a former Parks and Rec sports coordinator there in Bolivar, and you don't see too many high school coaches sitting on the bench coaching a bunch of second graders. And, that's why Robbie has the success he does. That's why he's played in multiple blue and gold championships. He's multiple districts, lots of sectional, quarterfinal, Final Fours. It's because he invests in his program. He knows what it takes. And, just as a former, a Liberator alumni, it's incredible to watch and just to witness. And, man, I'm just so excited for these group of guys. Nobody counted them in to, be playing for a championship on Monday night. And I'm excited that they get the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, you go back to the Willard tournament, and I guarantee you that no one would have given us, a chance to get to the championship of any tournament, after playing those first 2 games at Willard. But, that's why we play, 20, 30 games a season, because it's not who's the best at the beginning, it's who's playing the best at the end. And the Liberators are really playing good basketball right now.
Absolutely. I'm going to give some scores here, both for Bolivar and Greenwood. Leading off for Greenwood, he led all scores. Colin Clark, a special kid, 29 points. I'm not sure there's much other than to say just a great athlete, can score the basketball wherever on the floor, whenever he wants. Just a really good sharpshooter, but he leads all scores with 29. Tyler Harrell with 5 points, Caden Hetzler with 6, and Logan Sanders with 6. And leading off the way for Bolivar, Gardner Casey with 17, Matthew Giglio with 13, Wyatt Campbell with 12, Brody Ingold with 5, and Colton Ingold with 5. And, just like we said in the pregame, talking with Coach Brian yesterday at the postgame, that's what makes us so tough. Any coach going up against us, it makes it so tough to scout because, just like that, Brody Ingold scores 5 points, and we've got 2 other guys that step up and score 17 and 13. That's hard to coach against. It's hard to scout. Wyatt Campbell with 12. You got 3 guys in double figures, and that's what you got to love about unselfish basketball is, I guarantee you going into the locker room right now celebrating, Brody Ingold could absolutely care less that he's only scored 5 points.
There's no doubt about that. He could care less that he made the game winner yesterday and only scored 5 points today. And I'm telling you, that comes from guys that want to win. They're not concerned about anything but winning and how they do it. And, yesterday, our first 2 games, I think that Colton and Brody both were probably our leading scorers in both of those games. Both of them come back today. They have 5 points apiece, and they are just as happy today as they were the last 2 days. And that's the kind of team basketball that Coach Hoig likes. Nobody gets the credit. Who cares who gets the credit? We just want to win, and they're doing a great job of it right now.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break here. We're waiting on Coach Brian to come up for the coach's post-game interview. I know they're probably celebrating down in the locker room, but he did tell me before the game that he promised me he would be up here. So we're going to take a quick break, send it back to the studio. We'll be back with the coach's post-game and to close us on out for the evening. You're watching Bolivar Liberator basketball on MoSportsZone.com and listening on YourCountry99.
They've gone before us, they've taught us to live life to its fullest and to treat every moment as a precious treasure. Now it's time to celebrate their life. Hi, I'm Kyle with Butler Funeral Home, and we are committed to you and your family ensuring that every detail and personal wish is met for your loved one's funeral service so that you have time to reflect and celebrate the life. And with one of the largest chapels in Missouri, you can celebrate with plenty of friends and family. Celebrate life with Butler Funeral Home, located in Bolivar and Humansville, or online at butlerfuneralhome.com. Celebrate life with Butler Funeral Home.
All clothing is arriving at C&C Farm and Home in Bolivar and Lebanon. Have a great selection of outwear by Bernie Apparel and Carhartt. Wood pellets by the bag, the ton, or pallets. Now's the time to improve your fencing. Barbed wire, T-posts, pipe gates, panel gates at C&C's everyday low prices. Have any questions for the Farm and Home? Well, the answer man at C&C Farm and Home in Bolivar and Lebanon has the answers for you.
Hi, this is Donald with C&C Farm and Home Supply in Bolivar and Lebanon. If you have questions, we have the answers.
CMH Orthopedic and Spine Center in Bolivar offers walk-in orthopedic care Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Available to children and adults, the clinic provides non-emergent care for orthopedic injuries, such as fractures, dislocations, sport injuries, and shoulder, hip, and knee pain. No appointment is necessary. For more information, you can visit them on the web or call 417-777-2663.
Line Bank is refreshing the way traditional banking is done and reimagining banking to be more technology forward while maintaining a customer-focused approach that is unmatched in the banking industry, making Line Bank your true hometown bank with 4 branches in Bolivar, Gulmy, and Pittsburgh, and free regional ATMs. Line Bank brings financial services right to your community. Count on them for checking, savings, retirement accounts, and mobile banking you can access 24/7. Line Bank, banking refreshed. Member FDIC.
We're back here at the 79th annual Blue and Gold Tournament for your Liberator postgame show. We're just, here comes Coach
Dwayne, I'll give you some scores in the consolation bracket on the gold side. Lebanon advances there 66-60 over Miller. Clever 49-41 over Ava. Nixa destroys Stratford 73-42. And West Plains knocks off Hartville 56-49. And so both the teams that the Liberators beat are continuing to win.
Well, thank you, Matt. We've got Coach Royce Bryan here for the post-game show. And, Coach, wow, we just keeping it rolling.
Yeah.
You know, a little different game tonight, though, than we've seen in the first 2 games from the Liberators. You know, we faced a little adversity there in the middle way through the second quarter, into the third quarter, and why don't you talk a little bit about, you know, what your feelings were on the bench and things you're trying to do to get that Mighty Mo change there?
I mean, at the end of the day, basketball is mostly about making and missing shots. I mean, that's a big part of it. And we went a little bit cold. We lost a little bit of the momentum. Put them on the free throw line in the second quarter 10 times. And, yeah, then it just took a while to get back to where we needed to be. So
yeah, and you always see that happen. If you go cold shooting, it's you see them, they get a little momentum, they make a couple of steals, they get a couple of easy baskets. We turn it over as a result of that a few times, and you know, just really things that we don't normally do, and you get things going like that, and it's just hard to get it turned around. But the Liberators did a really good job of that. You know, only hit 8 threes today. We say only hit 8 because we hit 10 the first half in the first game of the tournament. But you know, just a little cold shooting there. A few turnovers really caused that. So, you know, down the stretch, talk about the, you know, hitting the free throws and that kind of thing we did down the stretch to win the game.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit like our Aurora game in the middle part of the game, and but we hit 3 threes in a row against Aurora in the fourth quarter, and I thought we came out of the fourth. We hit a couple threes back to back, and then we just made them come out of the zone.
Yeah,
and they were dog tired chasing us around.
I really thought you guys did an excellent job against Clark in the first half. We thought he was winded, you know, about the end of the first quarter into that second quarter. He'd scored 17, but none of the rest of their team had done a thing, but he looked winded to me. You guys are switching guys in and out off on him. Was that kind of the game plan, to have different guys guarding him? I know you guys switch a lot, but
yeah, it's a little bit of a style of our defense where we're going to try to, I mean, we knew going in we needed to try to wear him down if he was going to bring the ball up the court, especially how many times can we turn him every time he goes in that he's facing a fresh body and a new look. And so, yeah, and most of those points in the first half from the free throw line.
Yeah,
he had 9 out of 10 from the free throw line.
Yeah,
so,
he ended up 11 to 12 from the free throw line, and I don't think he went to the free throw line in the second half. If he did, it was just one time.
One time.
Yeah.
And really, Coach, your defense this whole tournament, everybody talks about the three-pointers and the buzzer beaters. They're exciting. But your defense, this is a team that averages over 60 points a game. You hold them to 46. Your defense has just been really impressive in this tournament.
Yeah, we came out. We held the 4 in that first quarter. I thought, man, they were teetering right there, and I really thought they probably bailed them out on several of those calls. But it is what it is, and that's where part of the adversity comes in. We got in a little bit of foul trouble. Colton sitting on the bench, but man, even the guys that came in, and just gave us spot minutes here and there was huge. So I still think it speaks to our culture. what we're trying to be about. We're for each other, like the next man up kind of mentality. And so I was super proud of those guys to stick with it, especially through some adversity.
Great team basketball, like what you're talking about. Colton and Brody probably are leading scorers in the first 2 games. Come out tonight, play as hard, ball doesn't go in quite as much, get a little few fouls, they end up with 5 points apiece, and we're talking, I guarantee you they're as happy about the win today as Brody was about hitting the game winner at the end of the game yesterday, and that's what you guys are about.
Oh, man, those guys are thrilled to just be playing the next night in the championship game. So it does, and when it comes from the leadership and the guys that are leading you in scoring and stuff like that, when that kind of mentality is what they've got, it's so contagious.
It really is. Yeah.
Well, you're going to have either the Tigers of Republic or the Tigers of Willard. Have you scouted them at all? And who would you rather have, or which is a better matchup for you?
Man, I haven't seen either one of them play this year. At one point in time in history, weren't we the Tigers too?
Yes, we were. 1952. We gave it up. We became the Liberators.
I'm glad we moved on. I don't know. I mean, Willard's probably a better matchup for us. They're going to play just a way more motion style of basketball. That's what they've been doing the last several years. Republic's going to have they're going to have a little bit more height on you. You're going to have a little bit more athleticism on you. So that's probably a tougher matchup. But if we just keep playing the way we've been playing, we're going to have a chance, and that's what you want.
Yeah. Well, that's really what we've talked a lot about is you can't just guard one of our guys. We're going to move the ball. We're going to get the open guy a shot, and whoever that is, it is. And so, well, Coach, fantastic game. Give our congratulations to the Liberators and to Coach Hoig and the rest of the staff. It's been a great 3 days here, and we look forward to Monday night. And who cares who we play? It's going to be a packed house, and shouldn't be hard to get the guys ready to play on Monday, should it?
That's exactly right, and I'm glad for one day off.
You bet.
A kind of day off.
Yeah.
You'll go to the gym tomorrow, I'm sure.
Hey, guys, these guys were in the gym at, 9 o'clock last night getting some shots up. So just really appreciate the commitment from Coach Hoig and Coach Royce Bryan and all the other coaches that we have and the culture that they've built. And if you are a Liberator fan and you're part of Liberator Nation, you need to be proud of these guys that we have. So, Coach, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it, and wish you the best on Monday night.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys, too.
You bet. Well, thank you. Shania, she's going to come back on here. She's going to give us the lowdown on the next couple of days. Shania, why don't you catch us up on what's going to happen here in the next couple of days with times and places and whatever else you had there?
Yeah, so thankfully we all get a day off tomorrow. Everybody can go to church. They can rest. I'm sure Coach Hoy, Coach Archer will probably have them in the gym sometime tomorrow afternoon. But then we're right back at it on Monday. We'll bring to you both games on Monday. We've got the Lady Liberators taking on the Clever Lady Blue Jays at 11 o'clock over at Weiser Gymnasium on the campus of Drury University. And then we'll be right back here at Great Southern Bank Arena on Monday evening at 7 o'clock. And the Liberators will play for the Gold Division Championship. And they await their opponent as Willard and Republic is playing right now, just right after us. And they will take on the winner of this game. So, like I said, about a 24-hour layoff for the Liberators and Lady Liberators. Then we'll get right back to it here on Monday. And then Monday, the Liberators will be finished with their tournament. And then Tuesday, the Lady Liberators will hopefully get a big win on Monday and finish up their Pink and White Lady Classic tournament over there at Drury on Tuesday on New Year's Eve. So, Lots of basketball action to still be had, like I said. And like I say before I sign off, anytime, get out there, support our Liberator athletes, our coaches, our players. They put in a lot of time and effort and work, and man, we need this arena full of Bolivar blue and gold on Monday night.
That's right. If you're not doing anything, try to get out and be at the game.
Guys,
should be an exciting game.
Matt, Dwayne, thanks so much. It's been fun.
Thank you guys.
I'm so glad we could bring on the 30-year-old veteran of the blue and gold, Matt Hindenburg. It's been nice to have him back on the radio with us this evening. So thanks, Matt, for coming up to Springfield and having a little fun with us. It's been a great 3 days of basketball for Liberator Nation, and we hope to continue that as we're back here on Monday. So You're watching Bolivar Liberator Sports on MoSportsZone.com, and you're listening on Your Country 99. Liberators, have a great and safe weekend. We'll see you back on Monday. Good night from Great Southern Bank Arena.
This Bolivar Liberator Sports broadcast is made possible by these great sponsors. Be sure to tell them how much you appreciate their sponsorship of Liberator Athletics and support of our kids. These sponsors are Butler Funeral Home, celebrating life for your family. Butler Funeral Home. Midmo Bank, a better way to bank. Midmo Bank. Precision Small Engine, Bolivar's go-to small engine shop. Precision Small Engine. Oakstar Bank. Come see the difference a hometown bank can make. Bill Grant Ford. It's better in Bolivar. Bill Grant Ford. Hobby Time Motorsports. Come see what you've been missing. Firearms, fishing, ATVs, UTVs, motorcycles, and all things outdoors. Hobby Time Motorsports. Animal Care Clinic. Caring for your pets like their family. Animal Care Clinic. Southwest Sewer and Septic. They make the dirty work easy. Southwest Sewer and Septic. CNC Farm and Home. Home of the Answer Man. CNC Farm and Home. Warwick Electric. Plug into your #1 electrical source. Warwick Electric. Citizens Memorial Hospital. They have the services your family needs to be healthy. Citizens Memorial Hospital. Hometown Furniture and Mattress. Still making sleep great. Hometown Furniture and Mattress. Quarles Supply Company. Bolivar's devoted dealer. Quarles Supply Company. Hubbard Realty. Because buying and selling is not something you do every day. Hubbard Realty. Bank of Missouri. Live well, bank well. Bank of Missouri. Lime Bank. Banking refreshed. Lime Bank. Ankrum Law. Protecting what matters most. Ankrum Law. Winfield Tax Service. Your destination for stress-free taxes. Winfield Tax Service. Thanks for listening to this Bolivar Liberator Sports broadcast made possible by these proud sponsors. Tell them how much you appreciate their sponsorship of Liberator Athletics and the support of our kids.